Hello everyone and welcome to me, DMX. This is my first video slash stream on this channel, and today I'm going to show you how I make my busking show file. As you can see on the screen right now, it's gonna be so you can change like color on all of them, or red, white, and intensity faders, effect stuff like that. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. But first, if you want to do this at the same time as this stream is going, you are in need of going to the ChamSys site. I've put a link in the description, and there you can go and download the MagicQ PC software for free. I do own a ChamSys MagicQ PC Win Compact, and that unlocks the whole software for me, so I don't have the demo software that you guys will have if you just download it. But you can still do the same things that I do. It's just that I have like physical buttons and stuff so I can control my faders, as you can see on the screen. But you can also do that with your mouse and stuff for now. So that's pretty much it for now. And first up, when you start your program, it's gonna come up a small little sign on your screen and you're gonna press continue show, and you will pretty much get up like this, and then you're gonna press new show, and then you're gonna press yes and normalize, and now we have a completely fresh like total empty, no fixtures patch, nothing here, there's nothing in the patch. And lightning is controlled by DMX, so if you don't know that, you probably, if you want to start in this business, you probably should go and look up what DMX is. I'm not gonna go in for that in this live stream. I'm going to pretty much take that up anytime. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's in the description. So now when we have a completely basic, total empty, nothing on the show file, the first thing I usually start to do is patch fixtures, because that's what you need to have a show file. You pretty much can say. So you will go over to the button that says patch, and you will get up this page. And then you're gonna go to choose head, and here you have very many lightning brands. I do own a couple of Martin fixtures, so I'm just gonna type Martin on my keyboard, and yes, the Martin comes up here. I think if you're new in this business and want to start with some programs, you probably know a bit of AJ Lightning or some smaller DJ brands, but this is a pretty big brand, Martin Professional. So we select there, and here we get a lot of lights. And I am going to choose my favorite light of Martin, and it is the Mac Axiom Hybrid. So I select that, and then you get this when you select your fixture, and you see it says there's 23 channels, and the first 3DMX channel on the Universe 1 is 1. Then you go to patch it, and here is the first number you press is how many. So if I select 8, you're gonna patch 8 of the Martin Mac Axiom hybrids, and then you select this, and now you select which universe do you want to have, universe 1, 2, or 10, or 32. I'm just gonna use universe 1, and if you want to use this and control stuff, the first thing that I got was a USB DMX dongle from ChamSys, and with that you get one universe, so I'm just gonna select 1, and then which channel of 512, which one of the 512 channels you want them to start. I'm just gonna choose 1, and then you press enter. And if it's also an visualizer that's in this software so you can see what you're doing. I'm gonna show that soon, but you're gonna press yes. So now you can see here in the patch that you can see our Martin MagicQ hybrids 23 channel fixtures. They are moving heads, because they are moving heads, they are pars, they are blinders, strobes and lasers, stuff like that. But these are moving heads and they are named hybrids, so they are spot, beam, wash. I don't know if you can say wash. Yeah, you can say wash. Like everything of moving heads in one. And you can also go here and just see them. If you have a many fixture, your fixture will line up here so you can see where they are, or you can have all. So now when we have patch fixtures, we can go here and press layout 1. And you see that it happens stuff here. So like last time we were here, it was empty everywhere. So one good thing that if you're very not having, if you don't have much time, the MagicQ software already inputs all of the Gobos, the pre-made position and colors. So that's really simple. So you just select your fixture here and you can we can bring up the intensity to 100 and you can select the color. I can actually show you guys. If you want to get the visualizer, you go here and you see it says visualizer and you just take view visualizer, and I got it on another screen but I can't slide it in for you guys. And we can put it here right now and you see here we got it. If I change colors I can select the Gobos, you can see here. We can have them go right, up, center, left, far right and stuff like that. But nothing like that. And we have the control. That's a control clear is it called. I'm just gonna press that on my PC wing because I have it. But you can just press it here and it will still. One thing that I really like with the MagicQ software is that it have a thing that when you use the clear, it only resets like color, goob, stuff like that, but the positions are still there. That's something that I really like, so you easily can get back to that position and just change it a little bit or something like that. But I'm just gonna go select my MagicQ's position and then center, so now they write down and clear. So now when we have patched the fixture, I usually start with getting the executor page right. So here you can see a page, different pages you can have, but I can max have, in how I lay out my executor, I can max have 10 pages, but I have only used max 4 so far for like bigger concerts with many lights and stuff like that. But then you go to set grid size, and the first is the width, and the just like this, and the other, you can see here what it says, and the height. So I'm using 15 and 10, and then I'm pressing enter. So now you see we got some stuff happening here. We go to page 2, I'm gonna set grid size the exact same, and page 3 the exact same, and that to page 4. Why I'm doing this many, you don't need to do that, it's just because I want to show you guys how you can easily switch between them when you are in view execute. It's just gonna look this and everything is gonna look, so you don't have all of this stuff. So it's a button that says assign special. I usually want to have my main, that's the first page right down here, because I do own a touchscreen that I use because it's easier to control stuff with a touchscreen and easier to busk and change colors like that. And so I select the one so it gets a yellow frame around it and assign special, and then you can see there's a lot of things. I usually, if I have discharge fixtures that use a discharge lamp, you need to get all of the lamps on, and I usually it's a lot easier to have one of these execute based with lamp on all, and lamp off all. But we're not gonna do that now. I'm gonna use the execute page, and then you select Oh yeah, you can actually only use 10 pages. That's quite interesting actually. Okay, I've not seen it before. But if you press enter, you see it's page 1, we go there, assign special, execute page 2, I'm Swedish, 2. And then we go here, assign special, execute page 3, and then we do that with execute page 4. And you can, if you use the button, I don't know where it is. I'm not thinking through this. Here, set. I have it on my my PC command stuff wing, so I don't use this kind of stuff that much. But if you use set and then you select it, you can write. So I'm just gonna call this main. So now it's set main, and my page 2 usually is the FX, like where I have the like movements, fades, and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna name 3 and 4 right now. But then you just hit copy, select the sources. No, wait, I did wrong. Go back. Copy, select that. I don't remember. Wait. Copy all of those. Go here and press that. Why can't I copy that? Why can't I? Oh wait, now oh, come on, undo. Now we got. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna copy. That's how you do it. You select them first and then press copy. Go to page 2. Do that. Oh, my bad. Let's just undo. Okay, remove then. Go back. Copy. I think you might need to press it right there. Yeah, now I got them. And now it shows which page you are, and I'm gonna just copy, go to page 3, copy, and go to page 5, like that. Now I'm just gonna clear, cause who knows. And if I now go to view execute, you say it's like this. I usually don't use the view execute, but if you want to do like custom pictures, or I think it's 32 by 32 pixels pictures, you can add them in, and you can actually. I don't like when they're colored, so I usually change the boxes because I think it looks more better. So now I can. Yes, we need to make every one of these boxes, and now I can go through them and stuff like that. So now, and you can see here that when I press it, it changes to page 2, and I'm using my touchscreen right now when I'm changing. So now we're at main. One thing that if you have very many fixtures, and I just realized that it's better for me if I actually select many fixtures in here. So we're gonna patch some more fixtures. So why not just we have our movers. Let's just use some parkans or something that have colors. Let's just search like. Oh yeah, Martin actually have a little parts. I just remember. I own I own like 8 of them. I want to own. I don't own them, but I want to own them. And here we have got the rush range. That is like more lighter gear, you can say. I don't know. It's not that complex gear, and I'm just now looking for par 1. Rush par 1 I'm gonna select. I'm gonna go 7 channels because we have a lot of DMX. You can see here that last and 62. So now we say I want to have 4 of these at universe 1. Oh wait, this is something that I like. You can just use 4 and then you can press enter and it just adds them up. So now we have them there. and yeah, we can use that. And you see here this thing that's called tag. I usually do this, so you select the tag. I often have my spots green, but this is a hybrid, so oh yeah. Wait. Yes, we are just gonna make all of these greens. Green, and green. And we can add my Martin Rush. I don't usually use this kind that much, but let's just make them white. For usually I would make my strobes white, but we can make this the white. So now we're done that. Oh yeah, we need to do that all. Now you see that this have been added here. Now we just need to make one slide thing in setup, and I think it's Windows, and it's color tags, and I think it's the patch. You need to set it to patch, and if you now go to latest one, you can see it have the colors like that. So I usually have white, red, orange, and a whole lot more colors than this. So I'm just gonna move a couple of colors here. Yeah, I'm just moving them away so I easily can lay everything I want and make the new colors that I want to add. So I usually do it like that and that. I'm just adding them, and I'm gonna make some colors. And we set blue, and I know I usually have magenta, pink, and we're gonna update this UV because I don't like UV that much. So now if you get the visualizer up, you can see that the lights actually are here. And if I now rush parse, I highlight them, we can see they get on. But if I play full, we got them on. You see they're purple. That's not a really good purple, and you can see we can change the color. But I don't like this, so I'm just gonna use this, or you can just press, but that you can use your mouse with. But I do have my PC wing, so I'm gonna use them, and we're gonna see. Do we like this purple? I think I like this purple a bit more. So now, yeah, just record, put it there, set, name it, and I'm gonna call it purple. And I'm going to remove UV because I never use it. Like that. So, and now you need to select it, view palette and unlink palette if it's linked to some fixture. So I should be able, if I use my, yeah, that's one problem. I did not actually realize I forgot something. Let's remove that. If we go here, we can take view heads and we see everything. I'm just gonna, if you hold down Alt, no, Shift is it. Shift, you can select all of this, like that. Press record, and I'm gonna lay it there. And if you now take set, I'm gonna call this all. That's all of lights in there. So if you now go here, we can locate that all of our lights starts. And so now we select the all, and I screwed up because the UV is gone now. Okay, let's just use the magenta, and that should be paid. And we're gonna make us oh yeah, we might also need to hit the full so we see what we're doing. I think this is a good purple, I think. Yeah, I like that. So when you just like the look of the color, press record and place it where you want, and good thing to name it. I'm gonna call this purple, like that. And now I'm just gonna, we can make orange. So if we select red of this, and we add up a little bit of green, we can get a good, because the amber is like, it's not the orange that I really want, but it's good to have a lot of colors. So I think that's a good orange. Record it, lay it there, and I'm gonna set this to orange. One thing that I can say that this is going to be, I don't think that I'm not gonna show, I will eventually upload a video where I'm gonna use the showfile that I make today, and I'm gonna busk to some music so you guys can see how I use it. So now when we have done orange, it's like there. I usually go with lime, and it's like, oh, it was a long time ago since I made lime. That does it do. Yeah, it's easier when you have just CMU lights to do this, to get the lime that I want. Because just normal greens like that. Oh yeah, that just changed on that. Oh. What if we should give it a bit of everything? Might have been a lot of red. Oh yeah, I'm using them. Yeah. That's a bit or that can be our line for today. Yeah, that's a good line for now. Record it, place it, and I just do this. I'm gonna call this lime. Next up, I'm gonna use the cyan. I'm gonna make an aqua. That I like. Yeah, you can actually think that's a good. I'm gonna record it, then set it as an aqua. Cyan is like that, aqua is that, the blue is like that. And now I am done with all of my colors. No, I'm actually not, because it's one more we need to do with the MagicQ. Because I think that you see a color. This is the color wheel. It's the colors you can't make with CM. Wait, we can just do that. We only have this on. It's the what the colors are. So I'm gonna see if this has, it says CTB. That actually is like aqua. Light blue, red, lavender. I'm gonna see if this has a CTC. It actually looks like it does not have a CTC. That's pretty sad, because I usually like the CTC. It's like the warmer white. But we're not gonna do that because this didn't have it. So now when we've done with the colors here, we're going to, I'm gonna get that down. I'm gonna copy the MagicQ hybrid. Go to Executor, view design, I'm gonna put it right there. Then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna copy the rush par. Gonna put it there because I just realized that we need to leave one there, and I'm gonna go here, gonna copy all executor and put it there. And then just do this. Oh wait, we don't need to actually select. We can just copy all of our colors. Go to Executor, do that. This I use this for buttons, or I have CTC here for more of this. And then we press copy. Yeah, I totally failed there. Copy, boom, do that, copy, and I'm gonna put it there. So now we got that, but first we're gonna select all of that and set region, so it looks a bit better. So now it looks like that. Now you can actually see, well, that's quite interesting. So now you can see how this looks, and this is how, so now I can, like, if I want to change the colors of all, I can do that, or I can only, one thing that bugs me that I know you can fix but it takes really long time is that it also changes the all when I use it on one, but that's how it is. So I can just say I want white, or say I want purple on my MagicQ and I want red on that, so that's quite easy. So first up, I always have my intensity faders on, like, the first, and I usually have like spots here, washes, and then I have like the LED if I'm using one, like LED bars, like the rush bars. I often tend to only use one page of faders because you have next page here. No, wait. Oh, is that the pages? Yeah, it is. Whoa. How did I get there? I don't know. So that's how. So yeah, now I'm on page 1 with this. So I'm just gonna make an intensity fader. So we go to layout 1, select our MagicX, and then I press full. And if you really want to check, you could check your visualizer to say, yeah, they're on. I'm just gonna do that, control and full. And one thing that I often do, because you don't want to take the positions and stuff like that, and you can see now I'm moving my master fader here, that can do turns everywhere. It's one thing that when I got this, I did like never use this, because when I used the computer only, and when I got this, I like, oh, it looks good, all the fairs are down, and I like, why can't I get in the light? So always check. First step, always check that your master is up. And you can see that the only things red is the dimmer, nothing of the other things here are on, and then you press record, and you select which one you press the S here, and now you see that this have been green. And it's this thing it's called add swap, but it just says that, and it makes them red. I'm gonna go over that soon. So if they're red, you probably should have them on green. So I'm just gonna set, and I'm gonna name this the axiom. Oh, that's wrong. Axiom intensity, like that. And then if you press this 3 times, you get into it, and advanced, and you really want to set this to playback priority above programmer, otherwise you will have some problems with it. And function, this is I'm going to go over this soon. I don't think that I need to do anything else with this, so if I just bring up my visualizer, I use control, and now when I use this fader, I can do that. And if I'm just gonna go to the executor and say, oh, I want yellow, I want blue, or cyan, I want red, and I can still control it by this fader, the intensity. So that's really good when you're doing live shows and you don't just be there and doing lights for like bands come in when or like you're not, you don't know the band, if you're gonna say that. So you can easily bring up the intensity, and if you want, you can just hit the button, that's this little green thing, and it will go on, and I can just use my but it's really easier to do busking shows with a PC wing like this. There is I do have the big PC wing. I actually can show you guys how it look. I just realized. So I'm just gonna think. Yeah, I think I put it there. Nope, I did not. Let's just PC wing, and I've made up this. I really have a quite bad webcam, but I'm gonna use this to show. And here you see how my PC wing looks. Here is the intensifier. You see that it's green. Do I press add swap? It gets red. So here I also have, like, I can go to layout 1 and layout 2. One thing that you actually can do, you select your executor, you press record, and then you press layout 2. So now you can easily go between this. So yeah, here's my master. You see that this pretty much matches how it look with all of these and this. This is the new version 1.8.8.8. I think this came out like yesterday or something like that. So I really like the new look of everything, because before, now we're gonna see if I can find where you can use it. No, wait, it's here. If you go to setup and dark, it looked like this. So this is what I was used to. Everything looked like this. This is what I was used to, and I did not have this blue. And the executor was like, it does not look quite as good. It does not look as good as this look now. And if you really want to go back old, it's it have been more, and high contrast is one of the old. This is how it looked way back in the time. If you now want to go and check out the consoles, there you were. Oh wait, now I found what button I used to click when I want to cut to the other. Yeah, but we are just gonna use the good one. You're set to dark normal, yeah. No, not dark normal. So if I go to layout 1, here you can see, yeah, and you can also see that right here, yeah, are the DMX universes A and B. Yeah, and you just use control USB right into your computer, and this has it's new for me. I've not used this. I can actually just grab this out now. You see, it's a True 1 power cable. It's nitric. That's safe. If you are familiar with the, no, I'm just gonna get this in again somehow. If you're familiar with the PowerCon, this is the newer version, but it's not new anymore. It's like 5 years old. And Nutric has also made like the spigot for sound, stuff like that. So now you see, and it also comes with a light, as you can see. So, because these buttons are not backlit, they're ChamSys newest MagicQ console, the MQ500M. That's like a dream console for me, because it have all the features and buttons that I really want to have. It do have backlit buttons, and it also have like RGB stuff here in the fader, so you can color this, so you easily can see what's on this. But one thing that I really like is that it actually says you can name what I do. So when we have done that, now I have, oh yeah, you can manage to scroll down by just check the numbers. So now I'm just gonna select this. I'm gonna bring up the view visualizer, and if I use the rush par, and I'm gonna press full. That's weird. Just gonna use control, the rush par, and full. Yeah, just gonna make them white because it's easier to see. And now full. And for the good thing, that if you now go to out, you can see it's only that. Record it, and I'm just gonna press my S button here. And then I can use my set button. I clicked it on the PC wing, you didn't see that. And then I'm just gonna click here. And I can name this. I'm gonna call it, I think I'm gonna call it the par int for now. So now you can see it's par int, and if I go here you can see it's green. So I can use control, if you do here, and now I'm this. If I discard the LED, you don't see, and this is the axioms. So that's there. That's that. So when we have done that, I usually have, I think I have positions on my executor now, and such we only have one moving head that we can use positions on, because we can't use this on the rush par. Where I'm just gonna go and copy the Mac axiom, and I don't need to make an all for positions. That's pretty good. So I'm just gonna put that right there, and I'm gonna set region, and now we can put some positions here. And then I use Gobos, so if you now cope, I'm just gonna do that, and this will be my zoom and Gobo right here. And we also gonna focus, and I'm also gonna show you guys how to make a strobe thing, a strobe button later, because you can just have strobes here, but it's not that fun. It's not that good for busking either. So when we've done that, we go to layout 1, select our max axioms, and here we have Gobos. I don't usually use all of the Gobos. I use the Gobos that works for the songs, well, the ones that I really use much for, like concerts that I'm with like a couple of weeks before I really select the Gobos that I like. And my favorite Gobo with the Mac axiom is the rotation Gobo 6 is it called here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy that, go to the executor into execution, and I'm gonna, cause I usually I'm gonna have the zoom here, the wide, the medium, and the narrow, and then I'm gonna have the open Gobo right here, and I'm going to have the rotation Gobo right. Wait, no. Here we have the zoom, the open Gobo, and here we're gonna put that. And I usually do this because I don't want to see the name. There's nothing that I want to do, but you maybe want that. I just do that, press enter, and the picture actually gets bigger. So you can see what the Gobo are. And here you can see how it looks when we're here, when we don't see all of the other stuff. So yeah. So I think that pretty much we should go ahead and copy some other Gobos that I think that's nice. One thing that can be good is 2 opens. I'm just gonna use the open, and I'm gonna put it right there. I'm gonna set, boom, bam. So now it's like that. What we should do now, I just realized, is that, oh, no, we don't want to use the old visualizer. Now I just realized, so let's just have it like here for now. Let's just zoom in so you guys see here. And we're now going, if you see, we can bring up the intensity, we can change the color, and we can actually set a Gobo. Now we're gonna make the zoom. For that I'm just gonna do like that, I think. And we're going to layout 1, and we'll go here, and we select beam, and here we have focus. That's nothing that I use that much. You can add newer fixtures have autofocus. That's really nice, but I think this actually have autofocus. I don't know, but like the lights that I own are like the Martin Mac 250s. They are Kryptons. They are old. They do not have it, but they have focus. They do not have a zoom and stuff like that. But so I'm not gonna go ahead and have some fun with the focus here because I don't need. But the zoom. This is the wide zoom, and we can see we can get a really narrow because it's a hybrid. You usually can get this because the fixture like the Mac 700 can get this small, but it uses an iris and has a zoom like this and can go to there. But it also has iris. But this is the full zoom of the fixture, I think. So let's just go ahead, and you can do that like there, or you can click to, or you can actually, yeah, you can use a scroll wheel on your mouse. It's not always it works, I've seen, but now we have the max. I'm just going to go here, scroll down a bit, and I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna bring down intensity. I usually do that, but I don't think you actually need to do that. And I'm just gonna put that there. I'm gonna set it to, I'm gonna call it a zoom wide. Boom. And if we bring up the intensity, I just realized, did I do it on this one? Now I'm at the par. I'm in on the par. Yeah, it's gonna set this to above programmer. So now we can go back here. And if we go down, and I'm going to do the smallest first, because it's really nice with small beams. And just do that, because I always do that. Do that. And I'm gonna call this the zoom narrow. And now we're gonna make some middle like spot. Like a one I think like there's a good spot, I think. Bring down intensity because I always do that. Do that. I'm gonna set these to. I'm gonna call this the zoom medium. I don't actually know what I'm gonna call it. So bam. So now we have made different kind of zoom. So if we like control this thing, we bring, and yeah. And now we're gonna select all of them, copy, that's weird. No, just do that. Oh yeah, we might gonna do that also. Copy, and then we're gonna put them right there. So now we also have that. So if we now control, bring up the intensity, we can use the zoom wide, the zoom medium, the zoom narrow. And we can add Gobos. Yeah, that's something that I forget, I just realized. Oh yeah, I did not. So now when we have done that, that's pretty good. So we're gonna add some more Gobos from the MagicQ that I think can be fun to have. So let's just copy. This looks good. Just put it there. I'm gonna rename it later. I'm gonna copy this. Just put it there. And let's copy. Let's just copy this rotation Gobo also. And now we can use, we can have some steel Gobos if we want. I usually only select like 3 steel Gobos, so let's just select that. We can take some more rotating fun. Take a box. Whoa. And go there. Oh yeah. Yeah. We can also use the layout tool to get there easier. I didn't think of that. And we can copy, let's just stick with 5 rotating. And now we copy frost, I usually copy. Guess it seems like a nice to have, gonna put it there. And I'm going to copy this Gobo, that's just like 5 dots. and I'm going to copy which deal Gobo looks fun, like this, put it there, and I'm gonna copy this. And now I'm just gonna set I can do this quite fast because I have my P-swing. So now we just do that. Go here, we have our Gobos and stuff like that. And we are gonna do positions now. I think I'm gonna start with. And if you want, you can like move this down. I usually have this like set together, but since we have place, we can actually do that, move, and we can do. That was not what I meant to do. Do that. And move, boom. Yeah, we can just do this, and here we can have the positions. You can do all sort of things, and it's gonna look like this. So now we can do some positions. Just control, go here, bring up the intensity, and I'm just gonna open. And I always think it's easier to make a position with small. So let's just press down, and you can see it goes down a bit. And then there's a button that's called fan. You can hold it in. I'm using my P-swing, and I'm gonna select two parts. So if I now use these wheels, the X wheel is the pan. The pan is the one that I don't know, that rotates the head, and tilt is like, yeah, tilt is like up and down, and that one, if you want to turn it to like right, you will, I don't know, but yeah, tilt is, yeah. So now when we have them out a bit and we have the fan selected, we can just use our pan a bit, and the program does this kind of cross. You can make it like this, but I'm just gonna keep it something like this, and I usually call this the cross because I often do it. We just do like that. I'm just gonna bring down the intensity, record it, and you put it here, set it, and make it cross, and you can make a lot. So now we can bring it up, bring it down, and we can select a different fan, like 3 parts. I don't know how that actually is going to work, but let's see. I don't like that, because I only have 8 fixtures. If I would have a 9th one, it would actually look a bit cooler, but we're not gonna use that. Bring that to 0, fan, and symmetrical. What happens? Okay, it only selects that. We don't want to do that either. And we can select end parts, and then you can, with this keypad, you can select like, oh, we want to do 4. So if I now, it selects the 4th, but I don't like what I can do with this id. Yeah, one thing we can actually, let's just make a bit different with the tilt. And now we go back to a 2-part, and then we use the pan. I thought that I could, why I use the pan? See what we can get. This, that looks quite cool actually. Bring down the intensity, record it, and I'm gonna put it there. I don't know why it's called 4. But we just rename it, and we can call this, I don't know, let's call it, I'm just gonna call it puss2. You can, yeah, something I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually gonna, yeah, you can do that if they're like linked to something else. But now we got this, and we just select both of them, copy, and we put them there. So now we got the positions. Oh yeah, I did forget positions that I often make. Just put them there, and yes, just set the region like that again. So control, select that, bring up the intensity, the center, and just a normal down is always fun to have. So I'm just gonna record that, go to my executor. That's not what I want to do. No. Is it? No, it's still not. Okay. We go to that, we record it, and we're gonna put it there. And we're just gonna, I did actually not think about this, but why do one when we already have a down? That we just can copy and put, that did not go well. Do that and put it right there. So now we got a down there. But one that I usually make, and it's if we select down and tilt, we usually, it's always quite cool to have one that's like straight out. I think that's pretty good. Bring down intensity, press it, put it there. I'm gonna set it, and I'm gonna call it straight out. I'm gonna copy my straight out, and I'm just gonna put it there. So this is kind of, so if I now, whoa, if I bring up my intensity, say I want to use that position, no, I want to use that, and I think, no, that does not affect. And we can like straight out, down, the cross, or this position, stuff like that. So now we're gonna, there's actually nothing more we're gonna do on this page. Now we're moving on to the FX. I'm just gonna say, how long have we been streaming for? So we have been streaming for 55 minutes. That's pretty good. So now we're gonna move on to the FX, and the FX is like movements, fades, and stuff like that. Fun stuff. So first thing off, I'm just gonna copy my Axiom hybrids and place them there, and I am going to set region. It's not harder than that. And here I usually have like, I have like different fade, I have fade and movements on the same, but if you want to have very different fades and stuff like that, you might have many different movements you might want to do too. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, so we are also actually gonna make one, gonna copy the rush parse 1, put them there, set region. So we're gonna do like some fades here. So first up, we got our visualizer. I'm just gonna bring them down, control them, and yeah, we still have the intensity. Here we got the small parse. So why not start with the smart parse? And one thing that I not said, that you can do different stuff with. You can place this at different times and make up the whole stage exactly how it is in the real world and do it here, so you can you do stuff with layout views and stuff like that if you want, but I'm not gonna. I'm going to show that in a different video because that takes time. It really takes time to do that, so I'm not gonna show this in this stream. So if you go to group, you select your head, you go to group. I'm just gonna bring down intensity, and it's something that's said add effects and add group effects. I'm just gonna do add effects. So go in here, you have, I never used that, but you have intensity, the positions, the color, and this is like the zoom stuff, and here's stuff. So the ones that I usually use is this. This is cool if you want to like do color swipes or stuff like that on lights, and you can have on one of this fader I'm gonna show that you can have like speed controls for that, so that's really good. Yeah. So now we're back here. We're gonna select our parse, add effects, and I'm just, because these don't have a position, I'm gonna start with intensity, and here we have like these, like all of these are like strobe stuff. I usually like the dimmer shades, so we can now see down here that it is dimmering, or what you can say. And here we got the speed, so that's really slow. But we are not gonna. I'm gonna set this to like if you're doing a show with really fast music, like a high BPM and stuff. You probably want to. You can see the BPM here. It's 100 BPMs. If you want to do really fast fades, I am going to set this to 50 BPM because I usually don't do fades that much, and if I want to have faster, it's usually strobes and flash half of the rig and stuff like that. So now we want that, you can select like parts of twos, but I really like the normal. So we're just gonna hit record, go to executor and put it here. And you see it just names CS3. So I'm just gonna rename it and I'm gonna call it fade. I usually call it. You can call it dimmer shades if you really want to have, if you really want to do stuff. So now I have my fade. Just gonna use control, and if I select the fade, it starts. And this is something that if you have your light on, I just realized that we need to make one that's just open. Now, yeah, you just click it, yeah. So if you have it on, select fade, it won't start until you drag down your fader, and then it starts. So if I have it up, it's like everything on. And that's something that I really like, because otherwise the fade can like be included in this. Every time you want to have your you want to go to it starts fading instead of just on. And if you want it to be that it includes, you just need to press this button 3 times. So you get here, advanced, and you just set it to normal. But I have my above programmer. So now we have a fade like that, really easy. So I'm just gonna do one fade. You see that I have a place for 5. Yeah, really many. Oh yeah, I place for 13 different if I want fade stuff. I'm not gonna do that, so I'm just gonna click off it like that. So now we're going over to the Mac axioms, add effects, and I'm just gonna start with same thing, a dimmer shades, and you can see they're all going, and I'm gonna get this to the same 50 BPM. Not gonna do anymore if you see or out, it's only the dimming stuff. I didn't check that on the other one, but I knew it was like this. So just record, go to executor, and I'm gonna put it right there. Let's just rename it fade. So now if I control, it brings up my intensity, fade, and brings down it starts fading. So that means that if you want to fade and you just want to get let stop, I can just press this button and it stops. Or you can just use this button. So it's just as simple like that. Now we're going over to the movements. That's a bit harder. I usually just brings out the light like 20, because that's usually, or you can just use your down, but it's really long. So I usually use like 20, let's use 30 for this one. Yeah, like between 20 and 35 degrees, or you see here. You do that, I'm gonna just go to group, add FX, position, and here you got a lot. You can see how they really do, but like one that I usually, the ones that I really often use are like, I'm just gonna add 2, but the ones that I have like every time is a circle and a cross. Let's start with the cross. Here you can see that they're going all over the place and back, and I don't like that. So I usually set the size to 30 or 15, and you can see it's now better, it's not that far back. And you usually can bring up the speed a bit, because movements is always fun. And you see, it just do this pattern, and it's something here that says forward, backwards, or odd even. I like the odd even more, because I really like when the lights go going everywhere and I flash half of them on and off. I'm gonna show you how to do it later. So now, you see, we're having this. And we see, yeah, and if we go to out, you see the dimmer is not in, it's just the position, like this. So I'm just gonna bring down it, press record, go to the executor, and I'm gonna put it there. And I'm gonna call this it's called cross, actually. I'm gonna call it the cross, because that's what it is. So if I now control this, and I bring up the intensity, and oh yeah, I want to have the cross going. Yeah, you see, they're now going all over the place. So you see, we still have the same, because I usually have that when I'm doing positions. And now we're going to select the Mac axioms again, add FX, positions, circle. Circle is also very cool. You see, it's going back, so this is often 30. I think I'm going to go 15 on this one as well. You can see this is a quite cool effect. Just gonna get it down, and if you want, you can get it to go odd even, and it also go all over the place, or you can just go forward. So this is usually I have one that's the same and one that's odd even. You can see if we go to floor, see it's actually doing a circle. I think that I'm actually going to use the normal like this, bring it down, record, go to executor and press it there, and rename it forward circle. No, circle. And just for the fun, we might actually just should do one more circle and odd even and size 15, and bring this down to 100. Record it, executor, do that, use that, and I'm gonna call this I think it's FWD slash FWD slash that circle, am I going to call it? Yeah. So if I now brings up the intensity, brings up the intensity, we want to use the cross, no, we want to use that circle, or we want to use that. So you see, they're pretty fast. But if you want to do the movements slower, it can be. That's something that I usually want to do, so I'm just gonna put that there now. So just clear everything, so it says program clear. I usually spam it because it's fun. And then you just record and where you want to have your speed fader. I usually have. I am actually going to add. You can have one for like everything, or you can have one for just fade. I am actually going to use 2 here, or 3. You see, speed faders you can use a lot. But now we are just gonna. I'm just gonna record a whole lot. Yeah. So now we have 6 of them, and I'm gonna call this one. I'm gonna call the movement speed. This realized that I can remove some movement speed, and then I'm gonna call this one, and I'm gonna call fade speed, and I'm gonna call this color speed. And that's the first. You see, it's a lot more green, and if I go here, you see that's also a lot more green. So, and I'm gonna call this. This is now going to be for the parent. So we're gonna call this the par fade speed, and I'm gonna call this the par color speed. So now all of that's done. We go here and we press the button 1, 2, 3. 3 times fast. So you get here. You can select playback priority. I've not done that with this, but for the good sake, you can test it now, and you can actually just go between all of them by pressing the S. I'm using my PC wing now to go through them and set everything. Okay, so if we now go back here, we're going to go to function, and here you have stuff. QStack is an intensity master. I've never used it because I never get it to work for some reason. I'm just using how I show. I'm recommending to use this. How I do what I show how to do with this. So it's a speed master. Yes. And here group ID. First it's for the Mac axioms you really need. And here you can see group attributes. Here you can see position is both pan and tilt, or if you want to be really crazy, you can have pan and tilt difference. I've never used that in my entire life. And you have the color or zoom in enough. We're just gonna use position. So now that's made. So if we now press the play button here, we can see this is red. All of the intensity master is always going to be red, or you can have them to be green. I usually have it to red because it shows you how to make an intensity master. No, speed master. It shows me easier that it's a speed master. So I'm just now gonna go to the next one, and I'm gonna use speed master. Yes, group attribute 1. Here is it. This group attribute. I have my axioms. If we go here, they're at the 1, the parse at 2, and wherever your fixture is, you're gonna select this number that it says. So I'm just gonna use group ID 1 and attributes intensity. This is for the fade speed. So when that's down, we're going to the next. This is speed master, yes. Go to group ID 1. And I'm gonna use color for this one. Yeah, now we go to this. This is speed master, yes. And I'm gonna use the number 2 here. And it's gonna say rush part 1. And group attributes int, because they don't move. And we go to the last one. So speedmaster, yes. Group ID 2, and we're gonna use color. And why I'm choosing color is for the color swipes, because I really love them. So when all of that stuff is down, we can actually put this here. Yeah. Now we can actually, because I realized we have not made any color effects here. So yes, let's do that. So why not bring up the intensity for the rush parts, add effects, color, and here's a lot of one. These are the RGB, but this is like all. I usually use this, but you can have like a color and it's gonna be a white flick or semi, stuff like that. I'm going to use the semi is only those colors, so I think it's funnier to use this one. So if you use this one, you see? Wait, it's actually moving. Yeah, here's a fade. My bad, we don't want to do that. We want to use the U to set it to fade time, so it does stuff like that, and I think it's fun. Yeah, color swipes is also, it's really cool to have them like guitar solos, and yes, the whole rig is doing color swipes. So we're gonna use the 140 BPM. You see it's going totally crazy. And what can I say here? Yeah, now you see I did select so this. Now all of these are on my. Yeah, it's. But if I now see this, the 7 is my power color spin. You see it stopped. If I now move that up, stuff starts to happen. If I move it down, it gets slower. So that's it. But now when we have made it, if it goes out, remember it's only this kind of stuff, and I'm gonna record it, go to Executor, and I put it there, and I'm gonna call this the color swipe. Yeah, if I now select it, it still brings up the intensity, it's doing full color swipe. So that's fun. So now when we made it for that, we're gonna make one for the Mac axioms. Bring up their intensity. And I'm gonna control it, again Mac, add effect. And we're gonna go to color, and we're gonna use this, and you can see we want 140, I think I set it to. Actually, it's not moving, because we need to drag up this one, and you see it's going full color. So that's pretty much it. You can bring it down, I did not do that on the last. And just put it there, set it as a color swipe. Clear it. And this is something that you see, I have like position stuff on this, but if I have a lot of fixtures, like you can have colors on this whole page just down, and then the effects would not be this one. If you have a lot of moving heads, it would be positions. I think I would have positions and Gobos if I can get in them, because position don't take that much time because it plays, but otherwise it will be Gobos or positions on this, and it will be FX on the 4th execute page. So now we're done with all of this. We are going to go over to the strobe button. And we have 4 left here buttons or faders for free, I mean. Yeah, just gonna check what the time is. Yeah, we're good. We've been streaming for 1:17. Okay, so now we go to yeah, we're gonna do a strobe cube. We're going to layout 1. I'm just gonna press the clear because it's fun. And now you see, I'm just gonna put that there because we're not gonna use the positions. Let's select this. We get the intensity on the beam, and if you go down, you can see that these are the strobe: the shot mid, the shot fast, the shot slow. But I'm not. That's the. It's synced strobe. That is. I usually don't. I never use sync strobe. I do use, if you go up here to A, you can see this is like sync strobe. I go all the way until I can find. This is random strobe. I really love random strobe because random strobe is my favorite. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna bring down my intensity because I usually do that. I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna set this, call it the R and D strobe, or the strobe, right there. And then we can bring up the intensity, and I'm just gonna bring this down to normal open. Just gonna do that, record, place it there, set, and I'm gonna call this open. So now you see that. And yeah, we're gonna select a random strobe here. I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna record. Okay, here's what I'm going to put the random strobe on the P9, playback 9, the 9th fader. So just select the random strobe, record it right there. Then we want to select the open, record it, and that's the same, so it looks like that. And I'm gonna use control. So if I now get it up, brings it up, you see it's strobing, and then it's stopping for a couple of seconds. Yeah, you see, it's full on strobing. That's interesting, actually. Yeah, we're gonna go into this, and we're going to go to advanced. Is it advanced? I don't remember. Playback priority above programmer. Oh, I definitely got that. I think it is. Or no, it's Executor. Here. This is also going. It's gonna look at this, but you need to set this to yes. So if I now press it, if I bring up the intensity, press. It's strobing, but it's something. It's one more thing we need to do. So if we go in on the queue, here it says chase. It's on chase now, but we want to have it on queue timing. So if I now bring up the intensity, the strobing. So this means that if I now go here, I can like have my intensity up, and to the beat I can press this button. I can press the button like this, and so it strobes. So that's how you make a strobe cue, or a strobe button. So one thing that I always like to have, it is the flash, half of rig, a flash the other half of the rig. So we have 2 faders left, we can use that for. I usually have blinders on the 10th fader. If I have blinders, I usually have trigger them here, and I can bring them up in intensity here. So that's where I have blinders. Yeah, I misclicked the button, so it's here I have blinders in the 10th and there. So we're not going to add any blinders on this show, or yeah, we can actually do that later. So now we're going to, I'm just going to clear, go to layout 1, just going to put that there, and I'm going to select, I'm just going to do the half rig with the mag axioms. So if we bring up the intensity is on, there's a button that's called odd even. If you press it, and hit full, only half of the lights were on. If you go to out, we can see that. So you see it's only that it's on. So I'm gonna record this, gonna put it there, and then I'm gonna hit the odd button again, so it goes like that. And we're just gonna select all of them, press 0, so everything goes to 0. And then we're gonna hit full, and now the other half is on, record that and put it there. And I just realized that I'm gonna call this the strobe, and I'm gonna call this the odd/even. And I'm gonna go in on this and set it to Q timing. So if you say you have all of them up and you press it on, you can now, if that's blue, you can use this button. Yeah, wait. Yeah, it brings down the intensity filter. We can use this button. The same with me, I have it right here, so it changed. Or you can use this button, which one of these you want. And you will see, if I press here, you can flash half of the rig to the beat, like when the snare hits, like bam, bam, bam. And when you're going up, you can like do this, then you can do that. You can do all sorts of things, and you can get that, so all of them strobes, and then you can start with that again. So now we have done all that, we are actually going to the last steps now of how I do this. And now I'm just gonna go and patch in some dimmers. We're going to choose head, let's just put that right there. Now Martin, I'm gonna type Rush, Blinder, VV, and a WW. And you can select the channels here. And one thing, if you're new to DMX, you need to set the addresses that are in the patch here on the fixtures, and you need to have them at the right mode. I'm just gonna use the 8 channel mode because it's fun. And we're gonna let's patch 4 of them. Yes, sir. And for fun's sake, why not add a bit of color? So I'll also go here, we got a bit of color here. So now if we start the blinders, yeah, now let's highlight there we can see the blinders. Yes, yeah, I'm not gonna set them to right, so they point towards us or the camera, you can see that. But if now put that here, we have the blinders there. I'm gonna select the blinders, I'm gonna just drag down that, I'm gonna hit full, record it, put it right there. Then use control, and I go in onto this, go to advanced, and playback tutorial above pro. And I don't know, I'm gonna say that's above, and this also. Now all of these are above. So if we now go back to this, you don't then, because I did right now patch in a LED, so a LED blinder, audience blinder, and it does not have a original blinder that you have a dimmer for. It does have like a fade in and a fade out, but this does not have it. So if I you see, it's just like that. So I do usually go to activate release, and I usually type 0.5, and if I now press it, it have a fade out. And if I now go to view Q stack, I usually have 0.2 or 0.3. So we get a little bit of fade in, and then we're just gonna name these blinders. So this is how I make my busking show file. we're actually done now. We can go to the layout too, and you see. We can go here and you see how it looks, and I can, yeah, do all of this kind of stuff and use the faders. Yeah, we can bring up them. I can strobe them, and when I can preset, say we're going up for a build up, very long build up, or like that. Say I want to have the Roche parse red, and right when it comes, I hit the blinders, and you see that you don't see that pretty much, but you see that they are on red and stuff like that. So, and the control always start, but nothing will actually, if I have everything up and select a yellow color or blue color, we say, and I press control, nothing will actually happen. It just goes on. So that you can, if you're really annoyed of it, you can remove it. And one last thing, do not stop watching without saving. Because now I usually save a lot, but I have not done it now because that show file that I'm going to use soon on the show, or when I can do that show after the COVID. I have that on my computer on an like drive stuff and an USB stick, so I have it saved. Always have a backup. That's pretty much it. And I usually use two computers if I can. So one computer they're synced with via Ethernet. So if one computer like dies, the show can still actually go on and the stage do not get black. But I'm just gonna close this. You don't need to do that if you want. But go to setup, save show, and here you can name it exactly what I'm gonna call this the busking stream file. Alright, and now it's saved. So when you go in and make a ladder diff, you do that, and then you can go to load, and this is just auto saving that I really don't like, because there's so many of them. Yeah, and there's one stuff, yeah. Yeah, but you see, busking show files right here. So that's it for me today. Hope you like this stream. Please like if you like. I'm gonna try to get the comments on. I did not get them on, unfortunately. But yeah, so this is how you make an easy busking show file, and this is how I have it pretty much, and you can do exactly how you want to have stuff here on the executor and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna say have a good day, night, morning, evening, and stay safe.